swimming, a great way to cool down from the summer heat. However, there are places where most rational people would avoid. Join me, Daniel Wilson, as I ask the adventurous question: would you swim here? Alright guys, this probably is my last chance to swim, at least today. It's supposed to get pretty cold right now. It's just barely 60 degrees. It's super windy and the water temperature is about 65. Luckily I have my wetsuit, my big boy right here, my 5mm Cressy, which I love very much. But I'm gonna be diving in with the hopes of finding some bowfin, some carp, and more importantly, I would really love to see a snapping turtle. But I haven't been able to catch one since pretty much the beginning of the year, so hopefully I can find one of those. There are some fishermen out, really just one, so I just gotta avoid him at all costs and we should be good. These are the bryozoans we saw a few weeks ago. The seasons are changing, and the water temperatures have dropped. And with those come the next cycle in these unique organisms' lives. The bryozoans that we see here are dying, but it's okay. It's part of their life cycle. As the waters cool, the bryozoans die, but the staroblasts they produce survive. These hard, oval-shaped masses of cells form in late summer and function like seeds. When a colony dies in fall, the staroblasts are released and can survive the harsh winters. In the spring, staroblasts float to the surface and produce larvae that settle and clone themselves to form new colonies just like these next year. It's been so cool to see the full cycle of them, from few to many and thriving to their final life stages. Man, God is good. And this is incredible. This is a huge freshwater mussel, and it's a native species. They help to clean the water by filtering particulates out of it. It's crazy how many of these bryozoans are in a lake. Always a good thing to see. This has to be the largest carp I've ever swam with. Holy carp! Lol. Trapdoor snail, an invasive species, but they're another giant. These little tentacles you see coming out of its shell are actually its eye stalks. At the end of each of those, it has a primitive eye, helping it to distinguish shapes to help it hide and avoid predation, so it can suck itself back up into its shell, saving its life. It's astonishing. They're prehistoric, living in an underwater forest. These monsters are BOWFIN, a scaly, bony, freshwater living fossil that are out of this world. Swimming backwards as easily as they can forwards, they're able to navigate this dense vegetation with ease. An ancient-looking fish that lives in an ancient-looking environment. Sometimes, however, the environment they live in can be tough. Sometimes having extremely low levels of oxygen, also known as anoxic aquatic environments. Most fish pull oxygen out of the environment using their gills. And with no oxygen in the water, to most fish, this would be fatal. But not to the BOWFIN. Because when needed, the BOWFIN can breach the surface of the water and breathe air, something most fish can't do. Prehistoric in appearance, habitat, and adaptation. An absolutely incredible fish, and I'm swimming right next to them. These underwater worlds are stunning. It's like traveling back in time to a world of prehistoric life. Quiet, yet bold. Preserved in time. Hiding beneath the surface of an unassuming planet. I'm a traveler, exploring their world. An alien to them, though they seem to be alien to me. Then, suddenly I'm back. Back on my home planet. Except, I never left my planet to explore another world. My home shared with it, though mine of air and earth, and theirs of water. I like to consider myself a modern-day explorer. Set out to places like these to discover the hidden worlds lying beneath where most would never go. And that way, I consider myself lucky. In my passion and in my excitement, I see worlds most don't know exist, and even more never see. Oh guys, that was extremely cold. I'm freezing. That water was like 60 degrees and it's like maybe 60 degrees outside right now. Quickly grabbed a hoodie from the wilds to do that on. Well, this is the end of the swim. I think we got a really cool view today specifically of some massive bowfin. I mean, I've been in here before and seen them almost as long as my arm. I know I have T-Rex arms, but seriously, like almost 3 feet long, which is crazy. If you like this video, if you like this series, hit that like button and throw in the comments below where you think I should go swimming next. As always, guys, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and keep it real, keep it wild. And I'll see you in the next adventures here on Real Wild Adventure. Ooh, I'm gonna go get some warm coffee.